After the Jewish people were miraculously saved in the Purim story, the Megillah writes, Kimu v'kiblu. The Jewish people fulfilled and they accepted the holiday of Purim to commemorate that salvation. And the question is, why does it say they fulfilled it and they accepted it? That's seemingly out of order. It should say they accepted it and then fulfilled it. So the rabbis of the Talmud pick up on this and they explain that the Jewish people were actually accepting the Torah anew. Why did they have to accept it anew? Didn't they accept it at Har Sinai many years before this? So the rabbis explain the following. At Har Sinai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu raised the mountain above them and said, if you don't accept this Torah, then here will be your burial place. Here is where you're going to die. And the Jewish people were forced to accept the Torah, right? Not something you generally hear about, on Shavuos, where we're talking about the beauty of the Torah and Matan Torah. In fact, Hashem threatened the Jewish people and said, you must accept it. Kafa aleim har kigigas. Hashem raised the mountain over them. And then only in the Purim story, after the miracles, after the Jewish people were saved from destruction, did they accept it truly out of love. Rabbi Norman Lamb explains, this is not just that Hashem forced them. What was the point of Hashem forcing them? They already said Na'aseh v'nishma. What's going on? Why? What's the need for Hashem to threaten us? We accepted the Torah. And that creates a whole nother problem that we were under duress. So Rabbi Lamb explains as follows. It wasn't a literal mountain that was held over their heads. It was the revelation itself. God revealed himself to the Jewish people in a way that no other time in history was or ever will be that way. That there was such a clarity that Hashem exists, that Torah is divine. They were forced to accept it. They could not but accept it. And there was still that lacking of that full bechira, that full choice. And when it came to the Purim story, where Hashem's name is not mentioned anywhere in the Megillah, when the miracles could have been ascribed to natural occurrences, to political maneuvering, Mordechai and Esther, and they had influence, and they spoke to their local representation, and they miraculously were able to rescind the decree that Haman wrote for the Jewish people to be destroyed. In that holiday, where the Jewish people had the choice, they had the choice to write this off as a natural occurrence, or to ascribe it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to realize that Hashem, although never mentioned in the Megillah, is behind everything. It was their choice. It was their bechira, unadulterated, without any duress. The Jewish people chose to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's why it says, Kimu v'kiblu, that they were accepting what they had already accepted. In a sense, they were renewing that choice in a real way more than they had even done at Matan Torah. So this Purim, let's remember that it's not just about, we're happy and we drink a little. Why do we do those things? Because when someone drinks a little bit more than they usually do, the truth comes out. Nichnas yayin yatzasod. When the wine goes in, the truth comes out. You show who you really are, what your choice really is. We all know there's certain things we have to do, but when we drink a little bit, get a little bit looser, that's when the true person comes out. That's when the choice comes. So let's, this Purim, remember that. Try to reinvigorate our commitments that we may sometimes feel pressure to do, social pressure, familial pressure. Let's try to remember those things that we want to do deep down. And when we are at the Purim Suda, we drink a little bit, let's remember those values that we truly want to choose on our own. Purim Sameach, have a freilichen Purim.